Hey everyone, welcome back to English Express, the podcast where two friends have real, natural conversations in English so you can listen, repeat, and start sounding more fluent. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Finn. Today we have a really fun one. We are talking about the World Cup. Football, drama, upsets, penalty shootouts, all of it. And we will be using vocabulary that English speakers use all the time when they talk about football and the World Cup. So, this is a great episode if you want to sound natural whenever the conversation turns to football.
Shadow us as you listen. First time through, just enjoy. Second time, pick one of us and repeat what we say right after we say it. Match the rhythm and the energy. Okay, Finn, are you a big football fan?
I would say I am more of a World Cup fan than a football fan. I do not follow club football closely during the year, but when the World Cup comes around, everything changes. I am completely absorbed, watching every game I can, having opinions about every squad, knowing exactly who the underdogs are.
I think that describes a lot of people. The World Cup pulls in millions of viewers who do not watch football at any other time. There is something about it, the scale of it, the fact that it is countries competing rather than clubs, the drama of a knockout tournament that makes it feel different from any other sporting event in the world.
The tournament format is a big part of what makes it so compelling. It's not a league where the best team almost always wins. It's a knockout competition where one bad game can end everything. A team that has worked for 4 years to qualify can be eliminated in 90 minutes. That creates incredible, almost unbearable tension.
Let's talk about how it actually works for anyone who is not completely familiar. The World Cup starts with a group stage. The teams are divided into groups of 4, and each team plays the other 3. The top 2 from each group advance to the next round, and the bottom 2 go home. It sounds simple, but the drama it produces is anything but.
The group stage is already full of tension. You can have 3 teams all level on points going into the last games with 2 matches played at the same time. Teams are doing maths on the touchline, trying to work out exactly what result they need. Goals in other games can change everything in a matter of seconds.
After the group stage comes the knockout stage. Straight elimination. You lose, you go home. Win, and you keep going. No second chances. And the tension that creates is something you simply cannot replicate in any other format.
The qualifying process is something people often forget when they watch the tournament itself, but it is enormous. Most countries have to qualify through matches played over 2 years before the tournament even begins. Only a fixed number of spots are available for each region, and the competition is brutal.
For smaller football nations, just managing to qualify is the achievement of a generation. The scenes when a country qualifies for their first World Cup or qualifies after years of failing to are genuinely moving. They have not even played in the tournament yet, and the whole country is already celebrating in the streets.
The squad selection generates enormous debate in every country. The manager has to choose a squad of around 26 players from everyone available, and every single choice will be analyzed, argued about, and questioned by every fan with an opinion, which is essentially everyone who follows the game.
Within the squad, you have your starters and your substitutes. Substitutes do not start the game, but can be brought on to change things. Fresh legs, a tactical shift, or to rescue a game going the wrong way. Some of the most iconic World Cup moments have come from a substitute coming on and scoring a decisive goal.
Let's talk about underdogs, because they are one of the things that makes the tournament truly special. In a knockout competition, anything can happen on any given day. A team ranked 50th in the world can beat a team ranked 2nd if the goalkeeper is having the game of his life and a moment of inspiration goes their way.
Some of the greatest World Cup memories are upsets. When a country nobody expected to go far suddenly beats a major football power and the whole world stops to watch. Those moments are what makes the tournament what it is. Unpredictable, emotional, and completely impossible to look away from. The whole narrative of the tournament can shift in a single afternoon because of one team nobody expected.
And then there is the penalty shootout, probably the most dramatic thing in all of football. When a knockout stage match is still level after 90 minutes and extra time, it comes down to 5 players from each team taking turns shooting at goal from the penalty spot, with only the goalkeeper to beat.
The tension is almost unbearable. The silence before each kick, the goalkeeper trying to read the direction, the player standing at the spot knowing that millions of people are watching and that his country is depending on him. And when someone misses, the contrast between the celebrating team and the player sitting on the grass with his head in his hands is one of the most emotional images in sport.
Every World Cup has its fixtures that everyone remembers for years. A fixture is simply a scheduled match, but some become historic. A final between two great teams, a semifinal settled in the last minute, a group game with everything riding on the result. Those fixtures get replayed and talked about for decades.
The World Cup is also one of the few events that genuinely brings people together across language, culture, and background. You can be in a bar in any country, not speaking the local language, and when a goal goes in, everyone is on their feet at the same moment. Football creates a shared language of its own. A goal, a red card, a penalty miss, these things need no translation. The reaction in the room tells you everything.
Which is exactly why it is such great material for this podcast. The vocabulary around the World Cup is vocabulary you will use in real conversations wherever in the world you are speaking English. Okay, 8 key words from today, spoken slowly, with a real example sentence each. Listen, then repeat right after us.
Tournament. A tournament is a competition where many teams compete in a series of matches until one winner is decided. The World Cup is the biggest football tournament on the planet.
Squad. A squad is the full group of players selected to represent a team or country. The manager named his squad of 26 players 3 weeks before the tournament began.
Group stage. The group stage is the opening phase of the tournament where teams are placed in groups and play each other. They sailed through the group stage without losing a single game.
Knockout stage. The knockout stage is the phase where teams are eliminated after a single loss. Once you reach the knockout stage, every single match feels like a final.
Qualify. To qualify means to earn the right to compete in a tournament through a series of earlier matches. They worked for 2 years to qualify for the World Cup and finally made it on the very last match day.
Penalty shootout. A penalty shootout decides a match that is still level after extra time, with players from each team shooting from the penalty spot one by one. They were knocked out in a penalty shootout, losing 4-3.
Underdog. An underdog is a team or player that most people do not expect to win. Nobody gave them a chance, but the underdogs knocked out the defending champions in one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history.
Fixture. A fixture is a scheduled match between two teams. The opening fixture of the tournament is always one of the most watched sporting events of the entire year.
8 words used naturally throughout today. Go back, listen again, notice exactly how each one appeared in context, and try to use them the next time football comes up in a conversation in English.
Thank you so much for listening to English Out Loud. Share this with someone who loves football and is also learning English. We will be back soon with a brand new topic. Until then, keep shadowing and enjoy the beautiful game.
See you next time.